today of book I finally have a proof copy of, Murder Crows, Ghosts of Detroit by Lorelai. Look at that monstrous thing on the building. What is that? It's no bueno. Okay, so this is the fourth book in a fantasy romantasy series that goes around the state of Michigan, but it's basically different dimensions of reality. So you've got the realm of the living, the realm of the dead, sort of mythic dimensions of reality for old gods, and nature spirits and lots of magic. So the fourth book, I'm just finding my page here. The fourth book follows a woman who was born in Detroit, left, and is coming back to rebuild her life on a dilapidated street. So it's kind of a found family of how the street learns how to come together and discover that they have a lot more in common than they thought. And that has a direct bearing on basically how they can navigate through time and combine their energy fields to protect them against these monsters and ghosts that are trying to crawl back into the dimension of the living with the help of a street drug. So guess who's peddling the street drug? If you've been following the series, Jordan. Of course it's Jordan. He is our wily fox nature spirit character. Book 3, The Winged Fox, he is messing with reality in a way that's maybe not so great, not so careful. And yeah, he's up to no good. So you kind of have those characters from book 3 in the background trying to figure out how to get out of the realm of the dead because they're stuck there too, because everything got dumped into Detroit at the end of book 3. But anyway, Murder of Crows, Ghosts of Detroit starts out with Kelsey coming home. So I'll read you a little bit of that. Chapter 1. I'll tell you Detroit's secret up front. No one ever really wanted to leave. Kelsey left once, a long time ago. It was inevitable she would come back. The great thing about this old rebuilding city was that it was still quiet enough a tired woman could stand on a street corner and think. At least until she saw a ghost skip past. This city was like any other in uncertain times. The past was so far gone it was hardly a memory, but the future hadn't yet solidified. Despite the distant sounds of construction downtown, many city blocks were still silent enough to feel the haze of the past creeping over the rows of bungalows. The memories of kids on bikes wove their way down crumbling streets. Ghosts of pedestrians strolled down the main avenues, skipping over open manholes. I am being more literal about this than you might guess. Maybe this afterlife limbo exists everywhere. I suspect it does. One just has to be looking toward the past, like Kelsey was, to see it. These days, there is a triple-layered city here. The present, the echoes of what used to be, and the future filling in a few construction sites at a time. That, and a few monsters, if you look out of the corner of your eye. The house Kelsey Durham bought on her return home was a piece of work. It had pipes and water, electrical wiring twisted into shapes that resembled spider webs, and somehow all its appliances. She could have been happy with the roof over her head alone. This was still a place that asked a lot of its inhabitants, including the skills of an electrician. People here patched their own roofs and grew gardens in abandoned lots. Kelsey would do that too, with a little help from the ghosts. Kelsey never loved this city in its bustling days of industry and grand dreams. She loved the city in its present day, as it stood a monument to its own past, an tempting array of uncertain futures. Stories of this city were like that, improbable, shifting like shadows. The city's population had dropped in hard times from over 2 million to a few 100,000 people downtown. So people had the ability to push the city's future this way or that. So, excuse me, it's just very hot and allergy-ridden here. Probably everywhere, right? Let me know where you're coming in from, by the way, if you're in the chat. Hello, I see we got a few people here. Thank you for visiting. Zahir says it's from Pakistan. Wow, okay. That's awesome. Thank you for stopping by. And Mulbogging Heathcote, hello. Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Let's see. So basically, Kelsey moves in and starts seeing ghosts, and then she realizes she's not crazy because her neighbors are seeing them too. One of them thinks it's perfectly normal, and the other one is kind of going out of his mind about it. So they have to figure out where they're coming from and why these strange, sort of mythical beast, nature spirit god type things seem to be coming out at night and then sort of reaching into physical reality. So they actually go to a ghost rave at the church down the street, and her guide, which is one of the ghosts, stops her from taking any of the street drug. And they start being on the run basically from these monsters as they get more and more real. And the characters from book 3 are behind the scenes that have to help figure out, like, how are we going to stop Jordan? How are we going to stop him from distributing this drug that's like making people crazy? But it's doing more than that. It's like taking the life force from the living and giving it to the dead. So monsters are becoming real. Ghosts that never wanted to leave the city are coming back and claiming their own territories. It gets messy. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so they've just left their rave here, and it was rudely interrupted by some of the old gods showing up and basically flooding the place with this weird liquid substance that chases them home. From the spectral plane, Solange watched Kelsey and Jonathan snap back into the garden lot. Below them, black, oily water churned through the streets. The garden materialized around them, vibrant with fruits and vegetables that sparkled with an inner light. She sees the energy, Solange said to Kung, who stood beside her, his chest glowing. She sees the life force in the dead realm. Maybe she can help put the dimensions back in balance. Jordan, the winged fox spirit, appeared in a ripple of air. What do you want? Solange's dimensional twin, Clarissa asked, stepping in front of her. No one was talking about it, but Jordan had killed Solange's mother when he burned her father's library of dimensional portals to the ground. He had the audacity to show up again, and again, as if they were still friends. And as if she didn't know he had something to do with selling glimmer on the streets, like people's life force was just another cash crop for making a living. All right, so she goes inside and is greeted with another mess. Kelsey opened the door. Okay, why are you not behind me? Why are you behind me, not in front? Kelsey asked Jonathan, who stood several feet back. Excuse me. I can't be a human shield if I'm not alive, he said. Excuses. Good luck. Kelsey opened the door. It was as though the air was sucked out the front door. For a moment, everything paused. She stepped inside. The grandfather clock's hands spun wildly backward. The house seemed to tilt, and she fell to her knees. Sally's face appeared, her grin an inadequate mask for the rage in her eyes. You're home early. I thought you were at a party. What's wrong, Sally? Kelsey asked, standing slowly. What do you need from me? Sally's feet floated to the ground. She wilted. What are you doing out partying all night? We were lonely. Lonely? Kelsey tried to step around her. Is Marie here? Sally flinched, her form growing 3 inches taller. I can take care of myself. Metal glinted as she drew a large kitchen knife from behind her back. From the dimension of the dead, Solange felt a spike of alarm. If anyone should do something to protect Kelsey, it probably had to be her. Jordan, however, watched with keen interest, a flicker of anticipation in his eyes. He gave Sally's spirit a subtle, energetic push, stoking her flames of anger. Kelsey looked around for Jonathan, but he was gone, only his voice remaining in her mind. It's your house now. You make the rules, he said. Stake your claim on your space. You decide where this timeline goes. Who do you think you are, coming back here and taking over my house? Sally yelled. She threw the knife faster than a girl should be capable of. Kelsey hauled herself to the side, but the blade seemed to curve in the air, slicing toward her ear in slow motion. Suddenly Kung was there, his form solidifying just enough to intercept the blade. It stuck in his arm with a sickening thud, and he let out a silent, pained howl before dissolving back into invisibility. Before she could ask where the fish man had disappeared to again, Sally was above Kelsey now, laughing. You awful spirits, Kelsey shouted. Sally, stop it this minute. This is my house. I'm the only one living here because I'm the only one who's still living. You think so? That might be changing. Sally paused, a snake-like whistling coming from her throat. Blue-green smoke billowed from her ears as she hovered down to Kelsey's level. I grew up here, she hissed. This has been my house the longest. You're our guest. I bought this house in cash, Kelsey retorted, her fear finally boiling over into fury. How dare you throw kitchen knives at my face, you little brat? I paid your back taxes. Sally reared up, glowing blue from head to toe, burning like fireplace coals. I'm coming for you, Kelsey, she said. Pretty soon you will be dead, and I'll be the living one. Oh, no, you don't. That's not how time works, Kelsey said. It is now, since the glimmer, Sally hissed. She lunged for Kelsey. The hiss turned into a laugh that echoed around the room. Don't you start with me, Kelsey said, her own palms beginning to burn with a strange, furious energy. She lifted her hands, showing them to Sally. They glowed with a soft, golden fire. I'm the living one, she reminded the ghost. My rules. So, if you're just tuning in, excuse me, this is from Murder of Crows, Ghosts of Detroit by Lorelai. This is available for pre-order now on Amazon. If you go to amazon.com/author/Lorelai, you'll see all my books. You can catch up on the whole series. This is the fourth and final book in a fantasy series about basically people from different parallel dimensions of reality crashing into each other's worlds and trying to figure it out with the help of some not so helpful nature spirits. They're a real mixed bag. So anyway, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I don't have a ton of time right now, but I'll be back. I wanted to do a reading. Thank you for tuning in. Zahir says, where are you from? I am from the United States. So I am from Michigan, which if you look on a map of the United States, it's near the top. It looks like a hand. I live in the hand near all the lakes. So a lot of my books are set by the Great Lakes, such as Lake Michigan. And if you want to stay where this book was written, and I don't think this book is in the gift bags. I think I have a poetry collection right now, but I'm going to put this one in next if we run out of gift bags, because if you stay at my Airbnb in Muskegon near Lake Michigan, you get a gift card to the pizza place and the sweet shop. It's like an old-fashioned soda fountain counter with like ice cream and stuff. We have a kayak and a paddleboard. You can go to the beach. It's amazing. So it is filling up. I think, I want to say July is booked. August is open, partially open. And then we need more shoulder season renters in September, October for short-term renters. So yeah, come stay and hang out. Or if you just want to check out the books, there will be new ones coming up soon after this one as well, but just go to Amazon and look up author Lorelai and you will see it. So I'm going to be coming back and doing some readings this week as I am able, and I hope you guys can tune in. And if you follow me on social media, YouTube is Lorelai author /Silversides house. And Instagram, there's a Lorelai author account and a Silversides house account. Those are the handles. And same idea with TikTok and everywhere else. But those are the main platforms. So I wish I could stay longer, but thank you everybody for tuning in. And please pre-order if you want a free copy of an ebook for this book or the rest of the series in exchange for an honest review on Amazon. Message me or message me. Don't email me. It's terrible. State of my email is terrible. Message me on social media. Send me your contact info. I'll get you on the list. It's an email list, but I also have like social media handles. I can message you if you're not using email or you don't want to give it to me. So take care, and I will be back soon, guys.